I wanted to begin with what does a professional educator look like, and how do they behave? First of all, an educator is always a professional person, dressed professionally, behaves professionally, has high expectations, professional expectations of themselves, him or her. An educator is a model for all the students that that teacher will be educating, teaching, or even interacting with. I interact with many students that I will not be teaching, or at this point I'm not teaching, but I always need to reflect professionalism. These students are looking at me to guide them for their future, and so they will look at me and model themselves after myself and other teachers in the school. As far as what dispositions that I need to um, possess, or what do I think a successful teacher should possess. Educators should believe that the students can learn, and that the teacher needs to support realistic um, expectations and goals for the students. And the teacher needs to know what the goals are of that student. I had a student today that said she wants to be a scientist, but she hates math. And I thought, well, wait a minute, you're in my math class. You don't want to do math, but you want to go to college for science. So we had to have a little bit of a talk about how she is going to be successful in math in order to be successful in college if she wants to become a scientist. Um, we do need to be sensitive to our students, their needs and their desires. We need to be sensitive to the reasons why they may or may not be able to handle certain coursework or course loads. We also need to be able to love a student where they're at. We don't know what they've been through, what they will be through in the future. At the same time, we also need to be able to understand and embrace their cultural diversity. There is so much going on at the school that I currently work at. We are teaching our students Chinese, we're teaching our students Spanish, and so therefore we have students that are Chinese from China. We have teachers from China. We have students and teachers from Spain. And at the same time, we have a huge, diverse group of students and teachers at our school, which makes it very easy and nice to be able to be a teacher that can handle diversity. It's also a great working place to learn how to work with different students who have different needs, along with the teachers that have different needs and have different understandings in society. Being in special ed, confidentiality is a huge must in my school and in my position. I have to always beware what I say about who, to who, what information I share and who I'm sharing it to. Certain information that I have cannot be shared with just any teacher, and definitely not with any student, about certain students in my group, or the ones that I teach, or the ones that I am helping during my inclusion classes. All teachers should exercise judgment, good behavior, ethical judgment, ethical behavior. If you cannot be ethical, if you cannot be truthful, you don't need to be in this position. Not when you're working with people, one, but especially not with students. Students need to be held up to a very high standard of responsibility, and you can't hold them to a high standard of responsibility if you yourself do not hold yourself to a high standard of responsibility. And that comes with being certified, that comes with being truthful and honest, that comes from doing what the best you can do at learning your field of expertise, of the field that you're teaching your children or your students. What dispositions do I need to work on before I enter the classroom for the first year teacher? I work on continuously what comes out of my mouth and what I say. Negativism doesn't hold a place in my life. It does at times, but I don't want it to. So my goal is to always watch what comes out of my mouth, watch what I'm thinking, because I need to teach these children or students or learners that positive thinking, saying the right things, thinking the right things will make a huge difference on their futures and on my future. So I continuously work on that, and obviously a lot of the other parents and teachers that I work with, I'm helping to do the same.